Right, it's been a couple of days since I've updated on the project. So there's a few little bits and bobs I've done. I've welded some little threaded insert things to mount these things. That's the igniter, and it's some sort of suppressor or earth. And then this is the headlight relay. It says relocate because usually it is over there in the inner wing. So that's that. Obviously I've got to like pull all the wiring back through for that relay. Some of it ends up in the car, some of it ends up outside of the car. I did it on the silver one, so I've done it before. And then I've got this little box here, which is basically when you turn on something like the fan or the heating, it picks the revs up so the engine doesn't stall. Fuel level, there's loads of bits like that have got to be ripped out. And then I started fitting harnesses because I got the spreaders, the eye bolt spreaders all welded in. Got that on both sides, just one in there, but you can't see because it's dark. I'm missing part of my harness, but I need to replace it anyway because it's a bit old and ropey. I've got the wiper linkage is all done, and the bracket over there welded on, and that has completely eradicated any flex in the system, and it works really nice now. Throttle cable, that's all kind of there. Just need to put a hanger, more wiring, that brake level, and then there's oil pressure and coolant temp. I need them, and start, probably use them because they connect to the dash and whatnot, and all the switch gear. So all of this is like ignition and stalks and stuff and switches. Got to route through all of that so that I just have what I need. There's a throttle cable mount up underneath here, which is pretty dark, but it's not really anything special. It's just a bracket that takes the standard cable, so that's all good there. I'm gonna come to the front. Oil cooler is mounted. Just some little tabs that I made up. Got to do the same similar thing, little tabs to mount the wing on both sides. Got a radiator and got that in, which I'm quite happy about. I think it's supposed to be for a Golf, so it's V-mounted. There's the mounts that I made. It's just a simple, like a saddle, so you can lift it in and out of the car easy, and that would just be either Jubilee clipped or big cable ties around there. Quite happy with how that's turned out. Whether or not there's going to be enough room for the fans, that's how much room I've got. I should be able to get some slimline fans in there, I would have thought, and the anti-roll bar could come down a little bit. I just change the length of the drop links to accommodate. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of space between the anti-roll bar and the tie rod, so I could shorten the drop links and bring the anti-roll bar down an inch or so if I need to. I've just got this strut brace on here. It's actually stopping the wheels from drooping, but yeah, I've got that on there just to give me my side-to-side location for the shock mounts, which is a job that I've just putting off, but I really need to get on and just get it done. You can see that the arches are on the back and the front. The front arches need to move back about 1.5 inches maybe, but the wheels really don't fit, so I might actually change wheels on the front. They're perfect on the rear, absolutely bang on the rear. I made up a flange for this water outlet, and I've got to do the same on the back. And then run my coolant pipes. I can start getting on with all of that now that I've got a radiator in there. intercooler. So this is a intercooler that I originally used on the MX-5. It's an Evo 4 intercooler, and it is like the perfect sort of size. I'm going to struggle to do this because it's quite heavy one-handed. So, hang on. So it would be like down there or something like that, and then a pipe coming up and around, and the same over there, pipe from there to there. But as you can see, this is absolutely ruined. And then I've got this one down here, which was off my S13 with the RB25 in it, and this one's absolutely ruined as well, and it's chintzy as heck, skookum as heck, but heavy AF. And then I've got this Badger over here. This is even heavier than the other two, I think. But yeah, like, it's just, I just don't think it's big enough for 300 horsepower. I don't know, maybe it is, but the plan is to try and find another one that's got the same dimensions as that one, and go from there. It'd be nice if I could find an OE Evo 4 intercooler that's in really good condition, because I think it's a good cooler. What else have I got? I've got the injectors in, fuel rail. It's all wired up. Injectors are wired up. CAS is wired up. IAT is wired up. No, sorry, CTS is wired up. This is going to be for the spark plugs. I'm going to use these coil packs. I've already done a drawing for the mounts, so I need to crack on and make those and get that done, because the next mission is going to, well, one of the next missions is going to be getting the engine out, modify the rocker cover, do everything to the engine that I need to do so that it can go back in and stay in, like paint the block and whatnot. I've got a mate who's hopefully going to come over and give me a hand with that, and then all cooler pipes are going to come up and run along this pipe, this tube, along this chassis rail, and then into there. So I've made a massive list of all the stuff that I need to order, so I've got to get on and get all that ordered up. What else have I done? Can't remember if I've already mentioned that I'm working on the engine harness as well. It's hella long, so I don't know what I'm going to do with all of that, whether I'll shorten it all back or whatnot. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see there. So I'm going to get the light a minute. I'm going to put you on pause. Whoa. Right, you have to excuse the mess, it's actually raining and my roof leaks. I've got a bucket there, but then I've got a drip coming down from here. But anyway, that's for another day. I've patched up the rear tubs. They're not too bad. They're not too bad for an amateur. So I'm going to hopefully have the body shop people tidy them up a bit, but quite happy with these. One thing I did wrong here was I should have made these about 2 inches not as tall. So basically I need longer shocks, or I need to put spacers in, or I need to put towers on the lower arms to raise the ride height, something along those lines. I haven't decided yet. So lastly, I'm going to quickly show you underneath the car, because so under here you can see that I've got all the arms done. Got to like replace all the bolts for nice bolts. Got anti-roll bar tabs or mounts to put on. I've got to finish the shock mount. This is the brake pipe here for the rear calipers. They're going to go up over the subframe. I'm going to drill holes in the side here and run the cable across the top. Sorry, the hose, not the cable. Drive shafts are in. Got a pair of drive shafts in there. They both need nuts on and they need torquing up. Got the prop in there with the spacer. That's the fuel tank. As you can see, none of this is primed underneath the back. All needs a little bit of cure rust and a bit of grinding and a bit of bit of primer and paint, and then we'll all be good. Got brand new yellow stuff pads in the rear calipers. Well, in some of the rear calipers. Got a bit of a clearance issue here still, which I could have easily have avoided that if I wasn't such a pleb when I made the arms. But there we go. So the exhaust is going to run down through here and into the tunnel, but it's got a crossover in the tunnel. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's it. But yeah, that's the back end. So it's really coming along. So the plan, if you've managed to keep watching the video, the plan is to get this running this month and hopefully get it ready for rolling road this month, and then body shop next month. But we'll have to wait and see how that goes. So that's going to be it for tonight, and I will update as soon as I've got some more to update on, basically. Cheers!